Lindsay Sparrow. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at @bythelatte and check out my other videos on my YouTube channel. This video is all about joint bank accounts. I get asked by women all the time, should they or shouldn't they, to do or not to do. I'm sorry it's not a simple answer. I think a lot of divorce lawyers would say it's a simple answer, but I personally think it really depends on each individual person. But let's talk about what are some of the things that would either lead you to have a joint bank account or want you to have a separate bank account. It is extremely common for couples to have a joint bank account where they have their rent coming out or their mortgage payment, like anything that they're doing together come out of bank account. And if they're making similar money, then that money going into the pot and then being distributed from there, super common. But when there is a discrepancy, when somebody is making a lot more money than somebody else, this is where the questions come in. Should I have this money going into a joint bank account with my spouse? Or my partner, or my common law, whatever the scenario is. So what's common about people that have joint bank accounts is it's really common as well for each person to then have their own bank account. If you're fighting with your boyfriend about money, then this is where separate bank accounts is actually quite helpful. If you decide as a couple how much money is going towards debt, how much money is going towards saving, investing for the future, then from there, you can each have your own money to do with what you want. A lot of times the fighting in relationships will come from the other person feeling like something is not a priority from a spending perspective. So I'll give you an example. I spend a fair amount getting my hair done. My husband may not think that that's a really worthwhile cause. I would totally disagree. But how we keep ourselves from having this argument every 6 or 8 weeks that I'm getting my hair done is to simply say, well, I've got my pool of money over here. I'm gonna spend it on whatever I want. I don't want you to worry about it. You have your pool of money over here and you can spend it on whatever you want to, which maybe I don't agree with, but hey, we've decided that we each have our own money to do with it what we want. And then we have our joint money together where we know that's paying all of our bills, it's going to savings, it's going to insurance, all of these different things that we, have to be responsible and do. In the case where you should really consider having a separate bank account and not actually having a joint bank account is if one party isn't good with money. So if one person is a major spender or just really not good with the finances, that's where you definitely want to limit how much money is in that account and maybe take more control if you're better with money. There are also situations where I get asked if there should be a secret bank account. And there is a percentage of people that do have separate bank accounts that their spouse knows nothing about. And I think this is also very situational. We never know what the situation is, why somebody would need to have money separate. There could be an abusive situation going on, or there could be more to the story. And I think what's interesting with the whole conversation around joint bank accounts or not having joint bank accounts is that people can have very strong opinions. So you could be talking to your girlfriend and she could be saying to you, there's no way I would have a joint bank account, you shouldn't either. The reasons for why she feels that way could be completely unrelated to any way that you feel. And so that's why I say it's really a personal choice, but it's a really good thing to think about, and it's a really important thing to talk about with your partner and really figure out what is the best approach. And more importantly, if you find yourself fighting about money a lot, then sometimes separate bank accounts with joint expenses coming out of the same place, sometimes that's the best path to not fighting as much about money. If you want to learn more about having a joint bank account or not having a joint bank account, check out my Instagram, follow me @bythelatte, and check out my YouTube channel. Remember, invest and you can keep buying those lattes.